Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is a very late Smackdown Live. Oops. Anyways, we are still here, still alive somehow, and still on the road to WrestleMania. That's the most important characteristic of them all. And there is another big night here. The Dangerous Alliance is seemingly falling apart by its very seams right now. Last week, Mark Henry was sent on his way. Tonight, maybe, and in a way, hopefully, the same fate won't meet Roman Reigns. I'll talk about that in a little moment, but as you see, they're opening up the show here tonight. As a result of what we have seen over these last few weeks, we are going to be hearing from a member of the Smackdown committee in Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon believes that there's a lot that the Smackdown committee has to state. There's a lot they have to say. There is a lot to talk about in regards to Smackdown Live, WrestleMania, and this roster as a whole. So I'm very much so looking forward to what he has to say, because after the chaos of last week in a certain position, you'll know what I'm on about. And of course, I'm on about what is going to start the show off here tonight when it comes to the in-ring competition. You see it there, Kevin Owens one-on-one against Finn Bálor for the Intercontinental Championship. We seem to be heading towards something big with all these parties involved, and one thing is for certain, Owens and Bálor are not going to be waiting until WrestleMania to get their hands on one another. I'm very excited to see where things go from there. Let's see what will happen when two old rivals rekindle their past hatred for each other. Should be very interesting. I brought up Roman Reigns, and he is in the main event here tonight anyways. He stood at ringside as his former tag team partner was sent on his way, sent packing out of this universe. Now he hopes the same fate doesn't meet him, as he too goes one-on-one against the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. It is going to be a tough night for Reigns, but it's going to be just as tough as a night for Okada. Heyman's going to be in the corner of Reigns, and there may well be a chance that Fish is lurking in the ways. Whether he'll be at ringside or whether he'll try something else maintains to be seen. All that can be confirmed is that Kazuchika Okada is still not having an easy road to WrestleMania. But before we get to all of that, we've got to go right back to the start. Let's hear from the Smackdown committee member, Shane McMahon. Here he comes towards the ring. Does Shane McMahon looking in good spirits here tonight, despite everything we've seen as of late. But, you know, Smackdown Live, I mean, he has every reason to be in a good mood. Smackdown Live has the main event of WrestleMania all locked up and sealed. But, of course, one thing that he's got to discuss is the everything else factor to WrestleMania. I mean, we know something that was agreed to happen last week, and I don't know if Shane McMahon will bring that up or not. But what he brings up is the good feelings around Smackdown Live. Locker room morale is high. The belief within the locker room of Kazuchika Okada as well, taking the WWE Championship away from Bobby Fish, is high. But that is not what he's here to talk about tonight. There is the big scoop from one of the committee members himself, Shane McMahon, stating that WrestleMania needs something big to happen, and after all the kerfuffle we saw last week, it is going to happen. At WrestleMania, Finn Bálor will defend his Intercontinental Championship against Kevin Owens, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Kota Ibushi. And furthering on from that, more title news for us. Land of Giving here is Smackdown Live, with, of course, Ibushi getting the shot at the Intercontinental Championship. There being no other contenders for War Machine in their mind. The Young Bucks are the #1 contenders once again. And to round things off very quickly, to round off a point I missed there from Shane McMahon, as he said, neither the WWE Tag Team titles nor the SmackDown Women's Championship will be defended at WrestleMania. They will be defended in 2 weeks' time. As for tonight, we have another great show for you here. Strap in, watch on, as SmackDown Live does the very best that it can. Quick and to the point. Shane McMahon dropping some big news there outside of the main event, just all about titles. Fatal 4-way match at Mania. Young Bucks War Machine in 2 weeks, and on top of that, Becky Lynch, Nikki Cross in 2 weeks as well. Very, very interesting. One big bit of news missed out on though. And just in case you are curious as to what big bit of news I'm on about, I'm of course on about the challenge put down last week by CM Punk to Brock Lesnar. Maybe that's a matter that the SmackDown committee is leaving down to those two parties. One thing is for certain, we really want an answer. I think we all want an answer. I think we're all in agreement there that That is the answer that we want to hear. We want to know if that match will take place at WrestleMania. We want to know if it's going to be last man standing. That's it. That's all we want to know. Is it happening? But the answer was not given by Shane McMahon, and I hope we get an answer from Brock Lesnar sooner rather than later. But anyway, we now know, of course, what is happening. Title matches in 2 weeks' time. War Machine Young Bucks rematch. Nikki Cross, Becky Lynch. Looking forward to those ones on the go-home show for SmackDown Live to WrestleMania. Anyways, that is all to come. We are now in the present, and what is happening right now? And right now, Kevin Owens and Finn Bálor are about to do battle. And that is not the regular. That is not the regular way in which Finn Bálor goes about his entrance. You know these two guys don't like each other. You know there is an air of hatred. And you know that it's gotten personal when an old friend comes out to play. Oh, Kevin Owens may rue the day he attacked Finn Bálor with that kendo stick and laid him out with a package pile driver last week. Intercontinental Championship or not, title match or not. The demon has come out to play. Oh my goodness. What have you gotten yourself into this time, Kevin Owens? Finn Bálor, the demon of Finn Bálor, has arrived. The twisted, psychotic side to Finn Bálor has come out to play. Kevin Owens, if he didn't desire it, he's now got it, and he's now got to reap what he sows. Take a look at the sight as the demon comes towards the ring with that title around his waist. These two men and their hatred for one another goes far beyond the Intercontinental Championship. It was Kevin Owens who put Finn Bálor on the shelf for some time. Took great pride in doing it as well. And looked to do it again in their rematch they had. That was before Finn Bálor became the Intercontinental Champion. Now that he holds that belt, this is more personal now that the gold is on the line, but certainly as well going to be a case of more personal because of WrestleMania. Finn Bálor loses the title here or not, that Fatal 4-Way match is still on. Look at the crowd here in San Jose, all in unison with Finn Bálor as he prepares for this matchup, as the demon rather gets ready for this matchup with Kevin Owens. And of course, with that big news being delivered, Fatal 4-Way at WrestleMania. Bálor, Owens, Nakamura, Ibushi. Ibushi and Nakamura are scheduled to go one-on-one up next, so I guess that's why that match has been arranged. But this is right now, and Kevin Owens, I got to give him credit for his acting. World star acting going on there with that stone-faced look he's giving to Finn Bálor. Try and convince me that you could not be scared of the demon. The very sight of this twisted individual. Just look at that. You are going to be looking across from that. A demon who comes out to play when it's only for the biggest cases of them all. Oh boy. Kevin Owens may have bitten off more than he can chew. We'll find out. Owens, anyway, before I get into some other discussions, these are, of course, two of the most successful superstars in this universe colliding here. Kevin Owens, 4-time WWE Champion, former Intercontinental Champion as well, looking to square off and take that title away from his opponent. The 2-time World Heavyweight Champion and former current Intercontinental Champion. The Demon has done Finn Bálor well in the past. The Demon did not need to come out to play against Kenny Omega to win that title, but it's come out here tonight to try and retain it. Is Kevin Owens ready? Kevin Owens has not gone face to face with the Demon yet. He's faced the Finn Balor that he put on the shelf, but he has not faced the Demon. This one is gonna be good. So referee holds up the title there. Are we prepared for this one? Is Kevin Owens prepared for this one? It seems not, as Owens quickly gets out of the ring there for an attempt to try and create some separation between himself and the Demon. Kevin Owens, either out of fear or a smart plan, wants nothing to do with Finn Balor right now. Back in the ring we go here, and Owens takes him down with a shoulder tackle. Gets right out of the ring. And trying to rub it into his face. Is he looking to aggravate the Demon further? Is he looking to cause more problems than it's worth? I'm not too sure. Back in the ring we come now, and big blow there, but the Demon just shrugged it off. Let's see what Finn Balor will do in this one. Let's see how much so revenge is on his mind following the attack last week, as I stated, following Finn Balor's title defense against Hansen. Out came Kevin Owens with a kendo stick, blasted Finn Balor with it, and then proceeded to dump him on his head with the package pile driver. A week has passed, and it certainly seems as if the Demon was brought within Finn Balor to deal with this situation. Can he deal with it appropriately to hold on to his Intercontinental Championship? Because right now, Kevin Owens is looking to have his number. That hasn't worked out quite the way he wanted it to there, though. Balor with a reverse DDT. Into the cover now goes Finn Balor, looking for an early victory. But that's not going to happen. Oh, double knee facebuster though will certainly help you on your way to it, as Finn Balor now looks to take more control in this matchup. What does he have in mind? Kick in the gut. Countered with hard punches into the ribs there by Owens, who looks to turn this one around and retake control here. Owens remembers what he's injured on Finn Balor, the top of the back and his neck, courtesy of an apron powerbomb, and my worry is that Kevin Owens will resort to such methods to become champion again. This is a man who has dragged himself down into this rut that he has, this rut of a man that he has become, away from the once adored WWE champion, a man who everyone could look up to. He now takes pride in the pity of others. Digging the foot into the gut there. We saw that Owens had no respect for anyone last week as well in this match against Kota Ibushi. Flattened him with a package pile driver, but didn't want the victory. No, he decided to laden him with a steel chair. Of course, he would have continued had it not been for the intervention of Shinsuke Nakamura. Counter there by Owens. There's a headbutt. Forearm shot now, and the strike's trying to unload away. Balor count and another reverse DDT. Kevin Owens now trying to maintain control for the majority of this matchup. He's done a decent number on the back this far, and Owens is going to go way up top here. Moonsault by Owens, but he didn't get it. Great agility shown by him in that occasion, though. There's the cover, and it's only one. Finn Balor is quite dominantly in the driver's seat for most of this match, but Kevin Owens there with a hard clothesline in the corner to turn it around, and Lightning's going to strike twice. Lightning striking twice here. Package pile driver. Did that just result in a new Intercontinental Champion being crowned to start off SmackDown Live? Cover here by Owens. There's 1, 2, and Balor kicked out. Kevin Owens has quickly learned that the Demon does not stay down that easily. Puts him back up on his shoulders here. Back to the torture rack again. Another torture rack neck breaker there. Let's see what more Kevin Owens will do here. The Demon really needs to get something going here, because right now, Owens has contained the Demon far better than many others have been able to in the turnbuckle now. And Finn Bálor with the ominous pose right in front of him. Kevin Owens almost just standing there a little bit stunned for a moment. Finn Bálor now trying to strike fear within Owens that he's not scared of him. There's a sling blade. Can Finn Bálor go to the next extreme that he needs to defend this title? It may be so. Bloody hell. He connects with it in the middle of the ring. The crowd here cheers on Finn Bálor. Is there but no escape for Kevin Owens right now? A quick arm drag and all brings him back down with a shoulder tackle. Owens just wasn't feeling it there. I think Owens is finally feeling a little bit of fear. He might well be, but he's really fighting back there. Dumps him down with the Owens breaker. Is this going to be a... Oh! Well, maybe I spoke too soon. Flying forearm. And Finn Bálor has completely forgotten how to run into a turnbuckle. Great game. Great game. Covering a count here and a kick out early on. If Finn Bálor cannot remember how to climb up a turnbuckle, this may be drastic. Oh, there's that double knee facebuster striking again. This time, Finn Bálor still doesn't know what a turnbuckle is. Kevin Owens trying to resort away here from Finn Bálor. Trying to think of ways to escape the rat gear that the Demon's trying to bring towards him. Forearms him in the face. Kevin Owens at least knows how the turnbuckle works. Cannonballs off it, but really didn't get all of it, striking into Bálor there. But he keeps going, yeah. Hard kick. Forearm shot countered. Bálor able to counter his way out of it. Into the turnbuckle goes Owens now. Face first into it, no less. Finn Bálor could have him right in his traps. And indeed he may here. Owens is staggered. Shotgun drop kick by Bálor. And this time he does it. Bálor climbs right up. Owens with nowhere to go. Finn Bálor's in position. Coup de grace! The Demon strikes, and it could be the Intercontinental title still around his waist, but oh no! Just not to be. Owens kicks out, and Bálor shows the signs of this matchup, falling to one knee there from the exhaustion. And that's just the resilience there of Kevin Owens. Hanging in there through all the wars that he's been through within this universe. Owens now. Backbreaker. But boy, was Owens close to a defeat there. Both men have nailed one another with their respective finishers. Now it's just all about who can try and get the win with a finisher here. Northern Lights suplex gets a 2. Kevin Owens has somehow returned back to being in control against the Demon. But only for a moment. Hard punch. DDT. Owens certainly felt the rat of his head spiking into the mat there, courtesy of Bálor. Counter once again, though, by Kevin Owens. Only to get sent right back down, but counters his way out of it there. These two men really going back and forth for that Saito suplex right to where Owens injured, and he's going outside here. Oh, no, 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 no. Lightning striking twice in more than one way. Kevin Owens has decided to abandon what it means to try and win this match, it seems. Bálor hasn't noticed it yet, but I think it's pretty obvious what he wants to do. The chair is countered. Bálor counters it. Cracks Owens across the face with it. In retaliation, Owens busted open. Cover by Bálor, hoping it's enough here. Kevin Owens was seeking out that DQ defeat rather, and Finn Bálor denied it. Uh-oh, what is he doing here? Sends him into the turnbuckle. Oh, into a German suplex. Oh, no. Oh, he picked up that chair. He had something in mind. Finn Bálor is slow to get up to his feet here. Kevin Owens maybe thinking of going high risk, but that wasn't to be the case. He's got the chair, and he smashes it over Balor's head. There's the DQ. There's lightning striking twice. There's Kevin Owens, happy as days for what he's done. Bálor retains. But that's not what this is about. What it's really about is about Kevin Owens and just how far off the deep end he really has gone. Yes, he may have his match guaranteed from a WrestleMania, but good God, this man has no, and I mean no, conscience. He has no idea of what is right from wrong. He only has the idea of what he wants to do. Kevin Owens gets himself disqualified there, but once again lays down his wrath on Finn Bálor. I don't think it was ever about the title for Owens. He'll wait until WrestleMania for that moment. Another sickening act from Kevin Owens, but are we really surprised? As I said, are we surprised? I know I'm not, that's for certain. Owens will wait for Mania, but what he couldn't wait for was to get his hands on Finn Bálor for no reason at all, other than to fill and feed his own ego. It's disgusting, but it's the way that Kevin Owens has operated ever since the very first day that he became the man that he is, and this man right here knows what Kevin Owens became. Brought to Smackdown Live under the tutelage of Kevin Owens, only to be thrown under the bus by him. Only to just be thrown away for Kevin Owens to become the man of which he became. Kota Ibushi, though, has shown Kevin Owens that he didn't need him, that he could succeed without him. He has rubbed it in Kevin Owens' face. He is the runner-up of this year's King of the Ring, and he's on his way to WrestleMania for the shot at the Intercontinental Championship. And I know that is a little bit controversial in its own way, given the fact that the runner-up is getting a title shot at Mania, and the winner isn't, but that is how the Smackdown committee worked, and I imagine Kenny Omega would have been getting the shot at the WWE Championship, if not for the work, if not for what happened with one Kazuchika Okada. But that's the way that it blows. I'm sorry to say it, but that is how it happens. But it is not about this right now. It's about this man here getting another shot at the Intercontinental Championship as well at WrestleMania. Shinsuke Nakamura heads towards the ring right now, though, to do battle with Kota Ibushi. These two men met, I think, in the Royal Rumble, and it's certainly going to be a great match between these two men. I am very much so looking forward to it. Nakamura came to the aid of Ibushi last week, and although Ibushi had respect and thanked Nakamura for what he had done, it was the Smackdown committee that decided that this needed to happen. And indeed it has, and indeed it will, right here, right now. And I'm looking forward to how this match will operate. I'm looking forward to seeing what both guys will bring to the table here against one another. We've seen the resiliency of Ibushi, wrestling 3 matches in one night and almost becoming the King of the Ring winner. We've seen what he is capable of when it comes to being that resilient, but we've seen as well what Nakamura has been able to do on more than one occasion. The longest reigning World Heavyweight Champion in the history of this universe, former Intercontinental Champion, beat Brock Lesnar no less to win that Intercontinental title, and has been involved in his own rights in battles with Kevin Owens. All 3 of these men opposed to Kevin Owens in that fatal 4-way have all had something to do with him in some way or another. The very thought of that, I imagine, makes Kevin Owens a very, very happy man. But for this moment, for right now, it is not about Owens. It is finally about a little bit of respect. Nakamura and Ibushi one-on-one as they try to get the better of one another heading into WrestleMania. Kota Ibushi having his WrestleMania match has got to be a pretty big deal for him, and I imagine he's got to be excited about it. But one thing that he can't let get to his head as well is nerves. He is sharing the ring with 3 former world champions on that night. 2 former and 1 current Intercontinental Champion. Ibushi in many ways is the underdog, and he looks to prove heading into it that he is not the underdog, and he looks to try and start that here tonight with this match against Nakamura. And boy, does Shinsuke Nakamura look confident right now in his work. Does he look like he knows what he is doing within that ring or what? Nakamura always has this air of confidence with him. The king of strong style would be nothing if not for the flamboyance that he brings to the ring in his entrance, and it adds into his work within that ring as well. His natural charisma that he possesses, he uses it to his advantage time in and time out. And without a doubt, he'll look to use it against Ibushi here as well tonight. Can Ibushi overlook it though? Don't think these two men ever squared off on the other side of the pond. Different weight classes. But yeah, I might be wrong in that. I believe I might be wrong in that one. But I hope I am. Doesn't matter anyway, because we are getting these two men colliding right here, right now. Eyeing each other up. Bell rings and we are underway here. Ibushi coming out of the block there against Nakamura. Big time Hurricanrana there. Certainly looking to try and catch him off guard here as this one gets underway very quickly between these two men. Ibushi up to that second rope, calling Nakamura up to his feet here. Nakamura's not doing the greatest job of avoiding stuff so far. Ran at Ibushi there, but the only thing he ran into was a moonsault DDT right in his noggin. Good stuff so far from Ibushi. Chinlock applied here, knee dug in the back, but Nakamura very quickly out of that one. Here we go now. Is Nakamura about to get something going for him? Collision between the two. Mistimed what he was looking for there with Ibushi. And eats another Hurricanrana for his troubles. Kota Ibushi is looking pretty damn good right now from the off, but he's got to do more than that. He's got to try and hang with Nakamura all the way, and that may well be something easier said than done. Clubbing blow there. And look at that tilt-a-whirl DDT there by Nakamura. Perfectly rolled over as well to execute it. Back to work he goes now. Well, for the first time in this match, actually, to work goes Nakamura. And he'll take it to the top rope here. Ibushi's usual residence has become Nakamura's. He went for the elbow drop and missed there. Up to his knee goes Nakamura. Eats that kick, but look at how he got right back up to his feet there in response. But Ibushi showing great strength there to hang him out with the snake eyes. He's doing a great job. I do have to really give Ibushi credit where it's due. He's doing a great job right now of taking it to Nakamura and really making him struggle to get something going here. Lawn darted into the turnbuckle. Cover that follows, hoping to pick up a surprise win over Nakamura, but he can't secure a 2 yet. But he can rain down with elbows into the head of Shinsuke Nakamura. But only for so long as it's quickly countered there. Nakamura needs some big moves coming out here. Went for landslide and Ibushi did great to flip his way out of it. Counters again there. Great bit of work by Kota Ibushi. Nakamura deep in his clutches here. Ibushi down with the snapmare. And again he goes for those elbows into the point of the head. This is smart so far from Ibushi. I think I know what he's looking for as he goes up high. Phoenix Splash. Got all of it. Ibushi nailed him. And I know what he's got in mind up next. And it could be a quick and decisive victory if he can get it. The move that got him to the finals of King of the Ring. Will it beat Nakamura here? Sit out powerbomb. Cover on Nakamura. Is this a huge win for Ibushi? Picked up here. It is! What a win from Kota Ibushi! I was expecting that to be a huge back and forth affair. Ibushi stunned us all, and more importantly, stunned Shinsuke Nakamura. And certainly stunned him indeed, because Nakamura still stands at the end of this match, and they shake hands. The polar opposite to what we saw. Even though Nakamura saved Ibushi last week, when it came to the match at hand, Ibushi had to take care of business. And what a way in which he did it. Defeats Nakamura. Hell, that could make Ibushi the favorite heading into WrestleMania. He picked up a win here. A polar opposite to what we just saw between the other two men in the Intercontinental Championship matchup. Great to see that respect, but great to see Ibushi with that stunning of a victory. Well done to him. Nakamura will need to bounce back quickly if he wants to get something. Out of this. I mean, if he wants to head into WrestleMania with at least some momentum, but I think Nakamura will find a way. He's the King of Strong Style after all. But we're going to move on to our next contest now. In the women's division, Nikki Cross is scheduled to defend her title in 2 weeks against Becky Lynch. But tonight she'll go one-on-one against Sasha Banks. Well, let's see what'll happen in this one. Could we be in for more surprises here tonight? I don't know, but god damn, that was a big surprise to witness. Huh. Still wrapping my head around it. Big win there for Kota Ibushi anyway. And we move on now to this next contest. Sasha Banks and this woman, Nikki Cross, is not waiting. Is not going to let Sasha Banks have her little strut towards the ring. Here comes the Smackdown Live Women's Champion from behind, clattering her down there. And now raining upon with the strikes into her. Well, she knows Becky Lynch is going to be watching, and she wants her to watch very close indeed, so it seems. But Sasha Banks is making Cross pay for her mistakes here, quickly starting to fight back against her here. She's the one throwing her in the ring now. The bell rings, we're underway, but this all may be a ploy from Cross. You know she likes taking punishment almost as much as she likes dishing it out. That is the deranged mind of Cross at its finest bit of work. There's a neck breaker there to bring her down, and now stomping away. Are you watching close, Becky Lynch? Because this could well be your receipt in 2 weeks' time. Look at Cross. Unstable as you like, but takes pride in her work. Finally, all that was attached to Sasha Banks, it wasn't needed for this matchup, has come off, and this matchup now is truthfully underway. But oh, what a counter there by Sasha Banks! Fair play to her. Great DDT, caught her there with it, and went for the flying clothesline again. Cross countered her down there face first. Short arm clothesline now, and Nikki Cross is starting to get herself rolling here. She is feeling the punishment that she wants to dish out to Sasha Banks. Tilt-a-whirl DDT there, dropping her right on her head. And she is making sure that everything she does is with a purpose, and so that Becky Lynch can see it very closely indeed. Banks looking for something there, but it's countered by Cross. Dumped down with a neck breaker. Oh, but what a chop there by Nikki Cross. Struck that one so hard the Banks went down as a result of it. Snap suplex now. Becky Lynch is looking and watching on as a woman that she respects is being beaten down here. And Cross is most certainly enjoying it. I think in the mind of Nikki Cross, she's envisioning that it is Becky Lynch. Sasha Banks, for as talented as a women's wrestler she is really getting it handed to her right now by Nikki Cross. Planted her down there with the Samoan driver into the cover after it. Can Banks kick out? She can't. She can't. Didn't even get to the finishing move before Nikki Cross had dealt her damage. Just think about that. Think about what this woman is capable of, and think about what could happen if she does that to Becky Lynch in 2 weeks' time. Lynch's drive and desire to be champion once more may all fall apart in seconds if Nikki Cross comes out and does exactly that. She looks proud of her work right now, and she really hopes that she was watching that one. She hopes that Becky Lynch saw what she will do in 2 weeks' time and is trying to invoke some fear within her. She is trying to almost make her second guess the decision to go after the title. Well, that doesn't change anything. 2 weeks from now, Cross and Lynch. It's gonna be a big fight between those two. They may not have that much blood feud built up yet, but I think it's going to be a big-time match between them. Well, we've got up next the #1 contenders for the WWE Tag Team titles, as they were called earlier by Shane McMahon. The Young Bucks going up against... Oh my god. That is not the theme of either of the teams involved. That's the theme of Brock Lesnar. Yeah, no. Get out of here. Wait a minute, Brock Lesnar hasn't come down to beat the tar out of someone. Brock Lesnar's just... Is that Brock Lesnar with a microphone? What the hell? Lesnar doesn't talk? Oh, it's just hit me. Oh my god, it has just hit me. Brock Lesnar is about to respond. Brock Lesnar is about to give his response to CM Punk. Oh my god, this is actually happening. Whoa. That is all Brock Lesnar is saying, but it speaks in waves. Lesnar accepts. At WrestleMania, it's on. Brock Lesnar, CM Punk. Last man standing. Oh man. The hype train just left the station, and everyone who watches Smackdown Live has gone with it. Can we just take a moment to dissect what just happened? Can we... That's actually happening. It's actually going to happen. Oh my god. That is... I just don't know what to say. Honestly, I'm speechless. That is incredible. Lesnar and Punk. The title... There is no title. I don't know what I'm on about, but... That's happening. I can't believe it. They're going to do it again, and they're going to go even further than they did the first time round. Oh my god, I can't wait. I just can't wait. Someone let it be WrestleMania already. That is astonishing. I can't... Oh man, am I excited now. Well, April 8th just got a whole lot more intense, that's for certain, because now we've got the big news that just struck there. Oh, Lesnar Punk, last man standing. I don't think I'll ever be ready enough for that match, but oh my god. If it's not going to steal the show, it's certainly going to steal a few pints of blood from either side. It's going to be a bloodbath, and I cannot wait for it. But that is then, this is now. And as much as I want it to be then, I do have to wait. But we are looking at this tag team matchup right now. The Young Bucks, the #1 contenders to the WWE Tag Team titles. The men who will face War Machine in a rematch in 2 weeks' time are going up against a former dominant team. In some ways looking to try and rekindle what they once had in the Ascension. Bell rings and we are underway here. And oh, right out of the bat there, as Kota starts this one off. Usually they switch it around. But in the same way, I think Matt sometimes usually starts the match off. I'm not too sure. But look at this by Nick Jackson from the get-go here. Flying in at corner there, but only to be kind of quickly countered. Irish whip off the ropes. And the speed from the Young Bucks from the start here. These two men have been waiting so long for that title rematch. Now that they finally got their hands on it, I imagine they can't wait for it. They're hungry for that rematch. They're hungry for the Elite to try and regain some gold around here. Tag made already. The Young Bucks are going at a dangerous pace. And they're looking to try and close this match out already. They're going to go for the Meltzer driver. And they've nailed it on corner. Matt Jackson, the legal man, but not looking for the cover just yet. God, this is a far cry from the Ascension of past. The team that tormented ECW for months on end. This is not. The difference maker that used to be corner, this is not. That was a man who just got beaten down courtesy of the Young Bucks. Victor now in off that tag, and it is so weird to see the Ascension slip in the way in which they have. I really, really hope they rekindle something. I just don't think SmackDown Live is the place for them. Matt Jackson there, Irish whip to Victor off the ropes. He comes, looks for that spinning heel kick, and just like corner, Victor gets out of the way. Is there a little bit more promise coming from the Ascension here? I do hope so. Looking for a DDT, and he gets it there. War Machine know, of course, how the Young Bucks operate. They have faced them before. They won the tag team titles from them, and they're going to look to try and hold on to them again. And the Young Bucks, of course, will look to recapture them again to the best of their abilities. Big knee in the face, though, by Nick Jackson in the turnbuckle. Tag made here. What are we going to see from the Bucks this time round? Looks to have something interesting in mind. You're up in a power bomb and a big kick in the back of the head. Double team offense there by the Young Bucks. Certainly going to do a number on you no matter who you are. And Victor has been feeling the pain of what the Young Bucks can operate with. Big counter there by Nick Jackson. You got to think, even though it is kind of a mismatch in the actual match itself in terms of the height difference, what they add to the table, by they I mean the Young Bucks, makes it a more even match than you'd expect. Springboard moonsault there by Nick Jackson, and I think I know what's being set up next. They can alternate, they can do it either way, so they choose, and they're going to do it again. No, they're not. My bad, sorry. It's not going to... No, it is going to be it. In position they go. Looking for the Meltzer driver. And they got all of it. Connected with it to pinpoint precision. The Ascension have been beaten down and taken care of. The Young Bucks just destroyed their way into that victory. That quickly. What does that say? What does that say about... Oh, and now attacking the Ascension after the bell has rung here. The Young Bucks are focused and fixated on just one thing, and that is the WWE Tag Team titles. And they are not going to let anyone get in their way this time. Certainly not going to let War Machine get in the way in that rematch. A quick beatdown done there by the Young Bucks. Much the same with Nikki Cross just a moment ago. Our War Machine watching closely, because this could well be their fate in 2 weeks' time. I think no matter what, though, much like the women's match as well, it's going to be a really, really good match. One that I certainly cannot wait for, but that, that's going to be in 2 weeks' time, and War Machine have a week to respond, and the Young Bucks have a week to try and get in their heads again. But certainly, two men who have been getting in the heads of one another are Kazuchika Okada and Bobby Fish. They meet in the main event of WrestleMania, and once more, Okada will compete here tonight. He went through Mark Henry. Can he go through Roman Reigns tonight? We find out up next. Well, let's see as Bobby Fish sits in the sidelines for another week. As Kazuchika Okada goes through the final line of defense, really, between him and Bobby Fish at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns here tonight, looking to be the man to set up some kind of barricade, to give Fish enough time to read Okada, to prepare for their matchup. It may well be the main event of WrestleMania, and it may well not be as personal as some of these other feuds. You know, it may not well be as personal as we see over on Raw, but it certainly is the biggest match on the card. Remember, Bobby Fish is a man who was, in combined reigns, has been champion for almost 2 years with that WWE Championship. He has gone through everyone who has ever been put in front of him. He has always found a way to overcome them. WrestleMania, that main event, in his mind, should and has always been his. The final thing that people are going to remember from WrestleMania is who wins that main event. That is going to be the image to close out that show. Bobby Fish does not want it to be him. Bobby Fish needs it to be him. He's won at WrestleMania before, but he has not won in the main event. He has never been in the main event. Now in this main event against Okada, his chance to shut up everyone who's ever doubted him. It's there. It's waiting for him. This is not a match this is not a match that is as personal as some other matches, but this is arguably the biggest match when it comes to the in-ring wrestling of one another. This is the biggest match when it comes to personal desire. Because even though this man has said nothing, he has gone under the skin of Bobby Fish. He has gone under the skin of Paul Heyman. The Dangerous Alliance are weakened by this man. They're a man down because of this man. Just remember that. Heyman last week tried playing the guilt game with Okada and said if Henry loses, he's gone. Do you want to let that happen? Okada showed his focus is on one thing and one thing only, the WWE Championship. He beat Mark Henry, he sent him on his way, and he showed that even against a powerhouse like Henry, he can overcome those odds. Now here tonight against Roman Reigns, he's got to do the very same. Kazuchika Okada, of course, won the 2018 Royal Rumble to get here, just 24 hours after being laid out on a stretcher and presumed to be out for months on end. He was winning the Royal Rumble. This man walks into WrestleMania with an air of confidence like none I've ever seen before, and he deserves it, and he owns it. He's the Rainmaker for a reason, and come WrestleMania, he's ready to take that gold away. The bell rings, and here we go in this one. Reigns and Okada. And Heyman watches on. I think this is the first time Heyman's been at ringside. Certainly is. The first time he's been at ringside to watch Okada. Heyman certainly enjoyed talking trash about him over the last 2 weeks. And now he gets a taste of him firsthand. You saw there him cheering on. The difference between the two men. Okada had his break in the corner clean as a whistle. Roman Reigns did not. There's that dropkick though by Okada. Pinpoint precise and one of the best there is. And Okada striking early with it as well to try and give Roman Reigns something to think about. Up on the shoulders here. Perhaps thinking Death Valley driver. Reigns using his strength to his advantage there to power out of it. What a clothesline. The former NXT champion is in a bit of trouble here. But it's only the early stages of this matchup. It does take Okada a little bit to get fired up. Takes Okada a little bit to get going. But that may not be something that you want against a guy like Roman Reigns. Look at that though by Okada. That was perfect. German suplex to follow up as well. Okada was not letting that moment slip out of his hands so easily. Wrenching on the neck now. Kazuchika Okada feeling like he's getting off to finally getting maybe some cylinders fired up here. Note how there's no fish. at ringside. I said he's here, but he's not at ringside. And I think it is at this point I can now say it. I think Bobby Fish might not be afraid, but he feels vulnerable to Kazuchika Okada. He feels like, because every time they've shared the ring with one another, it's been Okada who has stood on top. He feels vulnerable. He feels threatened, I think, by Okada. And I love that, and I love the thought of that, I do have to say it. To see a guy like Fish, as arrogant as he always is, getting his mouth shut up for a change. It is certainly an enjoyable sight to see. Okada fighting back here, looking for the tombstone on Roman Reigns, and he got it. Tombstone to Reigns. Heyman intervening there, trying to distract the referee, but he's not distracting his client from this Rainmaker. Didn't even give Reigns that much more time to try and kick out. There's the count. There's 2, and Reigns kicked out. I said Okada usually takes a while to get going. Think of how early he struck with that Rainmaker there. Big difference to usual. Reigns now, though, clubbing blow against the ropes there. And drives it down with a headbutt to Okada. Heyman getting involved. Slides a chair in there. And dumps him down there over the shoulder powerbomb. Roman Reigns now has the number of the #1 contender to the WWE Championship. He is now doing his champion proud. The man who he is pretty much led to look after and make sure that nothing goes wrong for him. He's doing well by him now. Reigns hit with an Irish whip and a drop kick there again by Okada. And that plan is not executed the way Heyman wanted it to. That chair is there right now, but it has not been able to be used yet. Heyman perhaps waiting for the right moment. Hard kick in the back there by Okada. Slipped out of the way. Does Roman Reigns. Big leaping clothesline. Oh, no. This is not where Okada wants to be. This is not what Okada wants to feel. Superman punch by Reigns. And now he lies in wait. Is this huge loss for Okada? On its way! Spear! 1, 2. Okada kicked out. And at an early 2 as well. You see the different camps of reaction, though. Reigns one of disbelief almost and shock. Heyman expected it. He just looked on there. Completely normal. Okada now feeling another tombstone here. Reigns unable to counter like Henry was last week. And the more that does, the more that neck is getting weaker and weaker for Okada to strike again. These two men have been going at 100 miles an hour ever since the back and forth pacing of this matchup started. And it may be a case of Okada wanting to get this match out of the way as quickly as he can to help himself out for WrestleMania. Rainmaker! He got it, but he's slow to go into the cover there. The fatigue may be setting in. There's the count. There's 2. And another kick out by Reigns. And Okada getting frustrated now. He wants this match over and done with. Reigns ain't letting it happen. Snapmare takeover there. Oh, what an elbow. And once more, Okada is busted open for the 2nd week running now. Okada has been busted open by a member of the Dangerous Alliance. Roman Reigns is gonna fly! As much as Okada wants these matches to be quick, the members of the Dangerous Alliance sacrifice themselves to make sure Okada isn't 100% heading into Mania. That's exactly what Reigns just did there. Up in a powerbomb position now. Roman Reigns. Oh, thank God. He had something dangerous planned there, but his back gave out on him. Okada looking for something on the outside there, but it's countered in turn by Reigns. What is going through the mind right now of Roman Reigns? Well, whatever it was, it just got stuffed by Okada with that single leg sweep takedown. Count up to 6 now. And they're still fighting out here. Oh, Reigns there. Restarting the count. Uh-oh. Oh, he's looking for that. He's looking for it again. Whatever he had in mind the first time. Hooks him up in that powerbomb position. Oh, good God! And it goes back to the point I said. Softening Okada up for WrestleMania. That is exactly what he just did there. Powerbomb onto the barricade. And a spear to follow it. Did Roman Reigns just hand Kazuchika Okada his first loss on SmackDown Live? The ref slides out the chair, but that is not going to be a factor because there's two, and yes! Yes, Okada kicks out and looked right at Paul Heyman as he did it. And Reigns now has lost it. Reigns is going off the deep end now, firing strikes away at Okada. He cannot believe what he just had to endure there. He can't believe that Okada just kicked out. He just threw everything he could at Okada. He flew at him across over the ropes. He powerbombed him onto the barricade. He hit him with a spear. And not only is Okada kicking out, he is still fighting right now. Death Valley driver, a cover, a count, and a kick out right away. How much do these two men have to give to one another to finish this off? And that's the worrying factor for Okada. How much does he have to do to finish off Reigns here? Longer this match goes, more hurt he will be. And one man will like that, win or lose, and that's Bobby Fish. Picks him up to his feet here once again. There are devious thoughts running through the mind right now of Roman Reigns, and he's looking to fully act upon them. Looking to work on that open wound on his head there. With the snake eyes. Irish whip off the ropes and a lariat. Come on, Okada. Please fight back. Please fight back against this, and that's just what he did there. He sweeps the leg. Okada locks in a single leg Boston Crab here, middle of the ring. Just trying to create a little bit of a moment for himself here. Reigns is not going to tap out. And he pushes Okada away, and more importantly, pushes Okada down. I think if that was earlier in the matchup, Okada would have stayed on his feet. That's a sign of the fatigue that he's feeling, but Okada just shrugged off that uppercut and slammed him down. Punches onto Reigns, and turnabout is fair play as Roman Reigns is now busted open. Club ring blows now. I don't know where Okada got this from, but he's fighting back here. Can he keep it going? Okada! German suplex! He hung on! He clung on! He's going to go for a trio of Germans here. After all that he's endured, think about how incredible that one is from Okada. Here comes the tombstone again. No response from Reigns as he's dumped on his head for a third time. And Okada, maybe he doesn't have the energy for the Rainmaker. And he doesn't need to bring it out. Okada finished Reigns by pummeling into him until he could not stand no longer. But at what sacrifice? At what potential is there of an injury? Well, if there was one, here comes the man who's going to pick up on it. It's Fish. Fish is here to exploit Okada, and Heyman is watching close. Heyman's watching on right now at this going on. Stomping away there. Oh, no, 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 no. He's got him. He's got him. Fish hook. The challenger is down for the first time. Fish is standing tall. And of course that can't be enough for Fish. He has to play the rubbing in game. He has to put salt in the wound and try and remind Okada where he stands and where he fell. In Fish's ring on Fish's SmackDown Live. Okada needs to learn he is the property of Fish. This smug bastard is in love with himself, make no mistake about it, and he's reminding Okada there. If you need reminding, WrestleMania is around the corner. All of your smug tricks, all of your Rainmaker will fade away, and you too with it. Fish is going to kill him. I said he was feeling vulnerable, and it has happened. Fish has finally snapped to the cause of Okada. It took Kyle O'Reilly, his biggest rival, months to pull this off. It's taken Okada less than 2 months. Job done. Fish is slipping. Okada's mind games are working.